Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get this thing going one way or another. Yes. Hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel. Yes. Cowboy Nation, let's ride on out to this thing. Yes. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank those who've been following the channel for a long time. This is the Law Nation Midday Sports Report as we begin to talk to you all about the Cowboys and the noise talking, the trash talking, however you want to put it down. It is what it is. I would like to tell you guys right now that one way or another, we must continue to just do our job, man. Shout out to Joe, the first person that's in the chat box, man, on the Law Nation page. Appreciate you, man, for being number one. Jamal, you close, man. Number two, man. Second place. It's still good. And Townsend, the third place. And on my Law Nation 2.0 page, shout out to D. Wilson. First place, man. Appreciate you. And Elite Rob. I ain't talking about just small time Rod. I'm talking about Elite Rob, second place over here on my Law Nation 2.0 page. As we get these pages going, I really appreciate each and every last one of you guys. But let's listen in because I'm pressed for time. Let's listen in to the talking heads a little bit about the noise talking and the nuances that goes on Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Shout out to them, though. Shout out to them. Appreciate it. Undisputed. They talking about the guy that's bumping his gums, talking trash and things like that. How do you guys feel about that? You know, shout out to Carlton, man, the first person on the Periscope. Let's go.
The Cowboys host the Eagles in a huge NFC East matchup Sunday on Fox. Dallas is riding high on a 4-game winning streak, and the Eagles are 1 game behind. This is already an intense rivalry, but yesterday, Eagles linebacker Kamu Grugier-Hill decided to give the Cowboys some bulletin board material. Take a listen.
I mean, look at Dallas' history. They always choke, so we'll go down there and make them choke. I mean, look at Dallas' history. They always choke, so we'll go down there and make them choke.
Hey, before we go a little bit further, let me rewind it right quick. Somebody said in the chat box that they said that this guy looked like a fat J. Cole. Let me know down in the chat box, do you all agree? Do he look like a fat J. Cole? Looking like J. Cole with a few biscuits. Let me know this in the chat box. Appreciate you. Beer gang is there. It's close. Shout out to the beer gang. It's close. We see a little growth factor going on right here. But let's get this thing going.
We'll go down there and make them choke. I mean, look at Dallas' history. They always choke, so we'll go down there and make them choke.
We'll see about that, right? Filthy.
Shannon?
That hurt. Ooh, that hurt, huh, Skip? Ooh, that hurt. Ooh.
Is this a big deal or no big deal?
Keep that same energy. Yes, Townsend, you're right. They better keep that same energy.
Your childhood. Yeah, they've been choking that long, huh? It's not a big deal because he didn't lie. The Cowboys will make it a big deal. If I'm Jason Garrett, Skip, I tell my team, we can bury this team. We can end their season Sunday afternoon at 4:25. And anytime you get an opportunity to bury a team, because, hey, you don't want to give them life. Who knows? They might potentially beat you and then go on a hot streak and they end up keeping you out of the playoffs. So if you get an opportunity to bury a team, you throw dirt on them, you make sure they're dead. And I believe that's what Jason Garrett's going to do. Now, what this young man did is that he wrote a check that his teammates are going to have to cash.
Right, true that.
Okay, we're going to find out. Now, I would have preferred Malcolm Jenkins, Fletcher Cox, Carson Wentz, someone more well-known. Normally, guys that do the talking, like DeMarcus Lawrence says he's going to choke the you-know-what out of those offensive linemen for New Orleans. We know who DeMarcus Lawrence is. I don't want to hear that from Jeff Heath. I don't want to hear this from this young man, but hey, he said it. Now he has to go out there and back it up.
We'll see about that.
A rivalry game, Skip, look, whether you talk a little or you talk a lot, you're still going to have to play the game. But he didn't lie. Where's the lie in the statement, Skip Bayless? Where's the lie where he said the Cowboys choke?
My turn?
No lie spoken. Huh? No lie detected.
No lie detected.
No lie detected.
Oh, buddy, man. Look here, man. Shout out to Shannon, though. Shout out to him. Hey, he's saying that they always choke and things like that. It is what it is. He said no lie detected. We're going to let him go about his way. But we're going to listen to what Skip Bayless have to say. And then I'm going to chime in with my thoughts, with my reasonings, with my rationale.
Really?
Nope.
So, my turn.
It's your turn.
So, before last night, the only Camus I knew was Albert Camus, who was the French philosopher who wrote The Plague, which I read my freshman year at Vanderbilt. Good book. I recommend it. I'm sure you've read it numerous times.
No.
Albert Camus, and this is Camus. I wasn't even aware of this Camus. So, to your point, if somebody of note, if Brandon Graham had said this, I would say it's a big deal. I hope it's a huge deal to the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. I hope it gets their attention, and I hope they do put it on their bulletin board, and I hope it re-inspires them against an Eagles team they already beat in Philadelphia. Right. Just for the record, I don't know. So if we do historical, I don't know what this Kamu knows about choking in the Dallas Cowboys, but you realize my Cowboys have gone Tom Brady in Super Bowls. They've won 5 out of 8. Brady 5 out of 8. Dallas 5 out of 8. So just like
ain't nobody talking about no regular season games. They choke when it matters. Yeah, ain't no pressure right now.
Talking about Super Bowls, 5 out of 8 in their history. So if they always choke, do they choke in those Super Bowls? 5 out. Now they are, like Brady, the most hated in America.
Skip,
so
why do you do that?
What do you mean? Well, he said it. I didn't say it. You said that that's no lie in that. Well, again, they've won 5 Super Bowls. Do they choke in those Super Bowls? They always choke. That's the statement you said is not a lie.
In the regular season.
Hey, as we talk about this collectively, I don't know what's going on right here, but as we talk about this collectively with the Cowboys organization, we've been hearing a lot of other organizations talking about the Cowboys collectively is trash and things like that, but you cannot put that in the same statement because we do have 5 Super Bowl rings. Now, of course, the Steelers got 6, but one can argue the fact that when we get to the dance, it's 5 out of 8. It's not a bad number, and to me personally, Super Bowl rings do not expire. There's no expiration date on a Super Bowl ring. So with that being said, the thought track of whoever this guy Kamu or whatever his name may be, it's just way offline. But we will see how this team going to respond and react. 5 rings do not. That I'm going to tell you guys right now, those rings do not have an expiration date on it. Let's go.
Skip. Okay. In the regular season.
In the regular season?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we've seen so many times that the Cowboys are going to make the playoff like you thought last year.
Okay. So let's just do the Dak era.
Okay.
Do they choke in the Dak era?
Yep.
Well, Dak's rookie year, the first time he played Carson Wentz, they played at Jerry World. Remember that game?
No. What he's talking about in the playoff game. Did he choke against Aaron Rodgers in the Pack? Yeah, they had home field. They was the best team.
Did he choke?
Yeah, they choked. Cowboys.
Timeout. Dak Prescott was down 21-3 and brought them all the way back to 31-all by throwing for 300+ and 3 touchdowns.
Why are you down?
Is that a choke?
It's good. It's good stats.
Help me out. Is that a choke?
Good stats.
It's not a choke.
Skip, you were the number
It was 31-31.
Skip, you were the number 1 seed. Why are you tied in a ball game with a team you went to their building and beat them by 15?
Let me slow you down, Shannon. This is the reason why. David Irvin, as much as I love the fact that a lot of people say things about David Irvin, and that's including me, but one can argue the fact that David Irvin was being chokehold on that last play. And then on top of that, no whistle was thrown, no whistle was blown, no flag was thrown, and they allow Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not giving all of the credit to the officials. I'm not going to say that. I'm not even going to go that route. Even when we was talking about that interception that Heath caught, then all of a sudden a phantom flag. It's hard, Shannon. It's hard, Shannon, with the picnic shirt on, with the picnic blanket shirt on. But it is cool, though. He did a nice ensemble, though, because he got the little deal right here to match everything. But I'm not talking about those factors. All I'm saying is, if it was a fair game drawn down the middle, then just maybe, if Roger Goodell's get his head out of you know what. And then on top of that, we supposed to have Randy Gregory that game as well. But I digress. The Roger Goodells of the world and the official made that game kind of sort of in the way, but shout out to Green Bay Packers, because I do know that a lot of people going to be saying, Law, you're just trying to make excuses. 30. We put up 31 points. That's not considered a choking when you got to beat the officials and you got to beat the team that you're playing against. That's all I'm saying. Let me know if I'm wrong. Put that in the comment box.
Why are you tied?
Was Dak Prescott playing defense when it was like 3rd and 30?
Exactly.
Wait a second. It was 3rd and like 30 or 3rd and 23. I don't know what it was.
And let me stop this too. I just got so many things to say about that game. I think Ezekiel Elliott, put down in the chat box, guys. Wasn't he averaging 6.5 yards a carry? Didn't they stop running the rock on him? Running the rock? Didn't the coaching staff just all of a sudden said, you know what, we're gonna try to throw it at the last final waging minutes of that game? if we were to just continue to do what got us there, then we wouldn't even have to go for that field goal or what have you. But it is what it is. Let's go, Cowboy Nation.
And all of a sudden, Rod Marinelli, what do you got? Did you lose your Henny or what did you?
No, I got it.
Okay. So remember, it's
But he
third
dropped
and
his
forever.
head.
And Rod Marinelli
Get him,
calls a
Skip.
prevent defense that puts 5 DBs back on the 20-yard line. And Aaron Rodgers plays pitch and catch with Jared Cook that sets up a 51-yard field goal, which is duck hook to the left and mysteriously sort of starts to fade back to the right. I don't know how. I've never seen a football do that before. They made it just inside the left upright to win the game.
I'm glad we don't play that type of defense.
Is that a choke?
No more.
And my question is, why would Rod Marinelli need to call a prevent? You had gone to Lambeau early in the year and walked the dog with the Packers. This is what this young man means by choking. When the rubber needs to meet the road,
By the way,
somehow you come up with a flat tire.
Dak Prescott has beaten the dog out of Aaron Rodgers every time he's played.
No, he has not.
Yes, he has. I can just show you the numbers.
Stat-wise,
I can show you the stats.
What about no, we don't do stats.
I don't know.
Stats are for losers.
So let's look.
Oh, so now he don't do stats. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead,
W's
Skip.
and L's,
Skip.
Dak versus the Eagles, and just his little career. It's still a little career so far. Well, obviously, they've played 2 season-ending games in 2016 and 2017 that didn't matter to one of the teams.
Right.
First one didn't matter to Dallas. Last year didn't matter to Philadelphia. Each had clinched. So we throw those games out. Okay, so what happened the first time they played? I think it was a Monday night game at Jerry World.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't know how Dak did this, but with a couple of minutes left in the game, he hit Des Bryant with a 22-yard pass that tied the score. Is that choking? I don't know. Forced overtime. And then in overtime, would you believe that Dak Prescott threw the game-winning touchdown pass to the guy who's now in ESPN's Monday Night booth?
Yeah.
Jason Witten. Do you
I remember that play.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yes.
really sweet. This is wait.
It is touchdown.
That's a choke job.
Yes.
Choke job.
And they paraded him off the field.
But they won.
That
They
wasn't
won the
choke.
game in
That was
overtime.
clutch.
So they won that game.
That was clutch
And then
right there.
Last year, he lost at Philadelphia without Ezekiel Elliott. And by the way, Zeke in his career against Philly, if we throw out the 2 season enders, is 2-0 against Philadelphia.
Skip, get him, Skip. Skip, get him, Skip.
In your building last year.
Zeke didn't play.
Zeke, there you go.
Dak played.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, Sean Lee didn't play, and
Wait a How in the world this becomes Dak versus the Eagles? I thought this is supposed to be the Cowboys versus the Eagles. Look, we can go back and forth, but Ezekiel Elliott, my man Elliott, the path of the righteous man, that Ezekiel Elliott. This is where this team's supposed to be all on, but they make it a quarterback versus quarterback situation. But it is what it is.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm saying again, Zeke versus Kamu is 2-0.
No.
In the game
Get him, Skip.
Yes.
Get him.
About the
Get him.
Cowboys. Was the Cowboys playing the Eagles? See, I see what you're trying to do. See, when they choke Jenny, what he tries to do, he tries to make it a one-on-one battle.
Nah, that's what you just tried to do.
Zeke against Kamu. It's this guy. No. It's Eagles versus the Cowboys.
Okay.
And what we've seen.
Shout out to Jenny Ensemble. Real nice, preserved, and also fine with it. You know, just a nice ensemble. Let's give a moment of silence for Jenny's ensemble. Just nice. Just naturally nice.
Is that come playoff, you're number 1 seed, you get the dog walked on you in the division. We see what happens.
Divisionals?
Yeah.
Get the dog walked on you
You're
with
the
the luckiest field goal I've ever seen?
Why would you do that?
Did they get blown out?
No.
Help me out. Maybe you remember a different game.
Well,
I remember 34-31 Aaron Rodgers by luck.
I'm trying to
by luck.
By
Did
luck.
you not early in the year go to Lambeau and walk the dog on the Packers by 15?
That year?
Yes. So why would we even need a lucky field goal to beat you?
I don't know.
Why are you saying we?
Okay, let's come on. Fast forward. Fast forward.
Let's fast
Sunday
forward.
night last year.
Okay.
At your place.
Okay.
What happened?
There's no Zeke and no Sean Lee. Well, there's just not. They were a disaster. You know it. They were already. That's not a choke. That's just a disaster.
Difference, man. Difference,
man. It was 37-9. How can you choke 37-30?
I'm good with the Heimlich.
Right.
I'm good with the Heimlich.
Okay.
You need me to save him?
So help me out. Can you do the Heimlich for the Eagles, your Eagles, and Carson WINCE
the Super Bowl
this year at Philadelphia?
The Super Bowl
It was
champs?
just a few weeks
The
ago.
Super Bowl champs?
No, you told me you have to update your resume. Yeah.
Well,
So-
when y'all gonna update y'all resume? Because you're 23
what
years
happened
in
in
the
that game? Can I help you out here?
Yes.
Because that game was 20-20 in the
This is
fourth
good
quarter, and all of a
entertainment,
sudden,
Good
Dak Prescott
entertainment
did
right
what
here.
he does. And
What'd he
that's
do?
8 plays, 75 yards, and it got down to 3rd and 8 at the Eagles' 32. Can we see that play, please?
See it.
3rd
Let me
and
see
8
it.
At the Eagles' 32-yard line. This is for the money. This is choke or don't choke.
For all
Here we
of
go.
the
Dak
marbles.
drops back. Zing! No, that's Allen Hurns. He is loose for the biggest play of the game that sets up a Zeke short run for a touchdown. And Dallas
Give
won
it
that
to
game
him, Skip.
27-20 over the reigning
Hey,
Super
you know
Bowl
why?
champs.
You know why? Here's the thing, though. Skip.
Interesting.
Guess what
Did
happened?
Kamu play that night?
Yes,
I
he
think
did.
he did.
If you don't mind me,
I don't know.
Skip,
Talk.
Who is Kamu?
Talk to him.
I know another William
Get him,
Campbell.
Skip.
He's on the show.
I don't even like
But
Skip.
that's neither here nor there. But Skip, if you don't mind me asking, prior to them playing the Eagles, what had the Cowboys done in the past 2 games?
I don't care. They've won 4 in a row.
They had lost. There's no pressure, Jenny. This is what he means by choke. See, you can't choke if there isn't pressure on you.
Really?
Now we're going to see moving
Yeah,
forward.
we are. And with all the pressure of the world on them in 2016 when they were healthy,
Choke first round.
they went 13-3. It was 31-all against the great Aaron Rodgers.
And the divisionals, because we've seen it again, Skip. Guess what? Remember in 2014, had a good old team. Oh, led the league in rushing with DeMarco Murray. Dan
What?
Bryant was
Dez.
thought of as he and Julio were the best receivers.
Yeah.
Tony Romo finished second in the MVP and went to Lambeau Field and laid an egg.
No, he didn't lay an egg. The officials. We go back to the officials. Go back, guys. Watch that game again. Dez Bryant, he caught the ball. And then it took the officials and Roger Goodell's and everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, to wait about 3 or 4 years later and say, you know what? It was a catch. It was a freaking catch. Dez Bryant caught the ball. But see, who's that choking is on? Is it the officials choking up with throwing the flag, swallowing the flag? That's what it is. You know what? This guy from the Philadelphia Eagles, I call him Filthy. He's right. The officials choke on their whistles when the Cowboys play, therefore allowing the opposition to get a better lead advantage. So we got to outperform the officials, and then you got to outperform the team that we playing against. There's nobody on this planet Earth that can convince me otherwise. Cowboys versus the officials, and Cowboys versus the actual, team that we playing against. Now, the people going to say, hey, Law, do you have tape on that? Yes, I have factual evidence. You can just go back to 2014 and watch the game for yourself. Dez Bryant caught the ball, and then he extended his arm, and he was able to leap forward into the end zone, and then the ball bounces off the ground. At that point, that was a football move. He fumbled and regathered the ball, and it took the officials, the NFL, 3 to 4 years to understand, to see what we saw, Cowboy Nation, with our eyes live on TV. It would not be a surprise to me that 3 or 4 weeks from now that they say, you know what, Randy Gregory last game, he wasn't really offsides, Or it may be 3 or 4 years from now that they say, you know what, there's an official that was getting paid extra money to not call holding calls on D-Law or what have you. I can go on and on and on and on again, but let's go.
Laid an egg. They got robbed.
No, they didn't.
Oh!
Everybody thinks it except you.
No,
You're the only one in the known world who thinks they didn't get robbed.
You think that because you're a Cowboy fan.
No.
I don't think it. I'm just a football fan who watched Dez Bryant catch the ball.
You're not a-
Wait.
I haven't
He
even
caught
saw
the
this
ball.
episode
He
yet, and
actually
they're saying the same thing I'm saying.
because he's left-handed. He took 3 steps and
Show it
dived
to
for
us.
the end zone and tried to hammer the ball across the goal line like a running back would do, and it was a touchdown.
Nope.
It was a touchdown, and the ref standing
Look
right
at that bobble.
on the
Look at that
spot.
bobble. Look at that bobble.
1, 2. He's got the ball in the left hand. And guess what?
Never touched the
Guess what my
ground.
little favorite referee right there did. He raised his hands.
Yeah, he did.
Touchdown.
He did.
But,
Touchdown. Watch
but
the
Mike
fish.
McCarthy
Watch him right here.
Over.
Watch this guy right here. Catches the ball, pluck the ball out of the sky, extend the ball. Ball never touched the ground.
You know what?
Ball never touched the ground, fam. It
What
moved, but it
happened
didn't touch the
was
ground.
Jerry Jones got New York.
Don't do that,
He
Skip.
got New York.
Come on
Don't
now.
do that.
By somebody upstairs
Somebody
in New
up
York
there in
saying
New
you
York. I've
cannot
been
let
saying the
Jerry
same
Jones win
argument.
this game.
Skip, don't do
right?
that.
Because they're going to go to Seattle where they had already won.
Oh,
And the NFC Championship game would have belonged to Dallas.
So let me get this right.
Dallas to the
So
Super
let me
Bowl.
get this right.
Yeah.
You were going to go to Seattle where
Yeah.
you had already won.
Yeah.
Right.
But you couldn't beat Green Bay who you had already gone to their building and beaten them. So what I'm missing, Skip?
Well, they should have beaten them.
No, they should not.
They scored 31 points on Green Bay.
Well,
that should have been enough.
Well, no.
Yep.
No. In order to win the
Defense,
game,
man.
you have to have more than the other team.
Choking is when you fumble, you throw interceptions. That didn't happen.
Well, like Tony Romo, when they had a field goal lined up to kick the game-winning field goal in Seattle, and he fumbled a snap, was that choking?
Come on, man.
that
That's
was
long.
forever ago.
Yeah,
It
a long time
happened.
ago.
Yeah.
That was your
2006.
Cowboys.
Okay,
Come on,
but
man.
that was Tony and we always know he was capable of
You remember it, Skip?
Right.
Remember he throws for 507 yards?
Yeah, against your
Yeah, what happened, Skip?
yeah,
Perfect.
506.
He was perfect that day.
Yeah.
Daily.
Yep.
When the rubber needed to meet the road.
He
Flat
threw,
tire.
he threw it to Orange.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's what he's talking about. That's what this young man's talking about, Skip.
Yeah.
You always try to go back to the Super Bowl. That was ancient. I told you. You don't want to update that resume.
5 out of 8 Super Bowls? Is that choking?
When was the last
And
time?
by the way, you know who the all-time chokers in pro football are? The Eagles. I don't even know if I can,
Stop
I
it.
can
Yes.
give them enough
Get 'em,
respect
Skip.
and
Get 'em.
relevance to call them chokers because they are the perennial doormats of this division. You know
There
it
you
and
go.
I know it because while Dallas has won 5 out of 8 Super Bowls, the Eagles have won
One
one.
out
They've
of-
only played
one
in
out
one,
of-
but they won it. I give them credit
One
just
out of
because
3,
Bill
I believe.
Belichick benched Malcolm Butler or doghoused him or whatever he did.
Three, one out of
That's
two.
what happened.
No, it's not what
Yeah,
happened.
and so they
That's
scored
what happened,
41
Skip.
on Bill Belichick. I give you that. Way to go.
The last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl.
Kamu, he probably had 39 tackles in that game.
You know what,
right?
Jenny? The last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
Jenny had pigtails with barrettes in them and patent leather shoes.
She still has that.
That's how they're sure.
Yeah, that's how long ago it been, Jenny.
Leave Jenny alone.
That's how
Since
long
we're updating resumes, the Cowboys are looking to sweep the Eagles.
There you
in
go,
the
Jenny.
series,
Shout
and
out to Jenny,
That hasn't
baby.
happened since
Whatever.
2012.
Wow.
It ain't
Shout
gonna
out to
happen.
her. Shout out to Jenny, man.
It ain't gonna happen.
Wow,
ain't gonna
interesting. Kamu, way to go, Kamu.
Let me see what they gonna
Keep
say.
talking.
Yeah.
Fuel in the fire. Dude.
Fuel and the fire here, man. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys for tuning in to the nation. I'm gonna do a quick Q&A so we can answer you all questions here while we live right here on the show. Really appreciate each and every last one of you guys. How do you feel about the Cowboys? Are we collectively a choke artist, as they say, or is it individual play? Are you falling on the line that it was more so to do with individual players, or is it I guess collectively, is it the team opposed to individual players? That's how the best way I can do that. Appreciate those. Let me see who else we got in the chat box, man. Appreciate you. Robert Clark, he said, shut up. F. Shannon, shut up. I feel you, man. We all look at the blue hearts, man. That let me know that you guys know that I bleed silver and blue. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you. Mel Hayes, what's going on? Shannon just say the same stuff over and over again. It's a nice little gig. Always elated. It's on the 2.0 page. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. It is what it is. Skip. Yeah, David. C Money, what's good with you, man? Ray, thank you for tuning in. Anybody that's out here on my Periscope? No, I don't see anybody. What's up, Peter? Thank you for tuning in. Let me see who we have over here on the Law Nation 2.0. Kerry Teagle, man. Haven't heard anything from Irvin playing this Sunday. I don't think Irvin's playing at all this Sunday. To me personally, he may not play for the rest of the year. Just being honest, man. We were 3-5 about to be eliminated, and then we turned our backs around and got things going. Basically, that's what Elite Rob said over there on the Law Nation 2.0. Yes, DC for life, Mr. Super Dave. What's going on? 99. Shout out to you, Zillionaire. What's the score for Sunday? I gotta save this, man, because I can't go out there and give you guys my score prediction now. It's too soon. It's too early, right? But you guys, if you feel like it, put your score prediction down in the chat box. Let me know. And also put down where you're from. I love to hear that because we are the only nation that can say this and do this, right? But let's get this thing going. How about Taco? He's going to rotate. I don't know. I really want to see Taco emerge. So far, I was wrong on LVE, but I've been right on Taco. And I would rather be wrong on Taco. But Taco, you know, he's a good guy, man. He can still fly out to the ball and got that bend. He don't have that bend, but he have that power and that long length. So hopefully, man, Taco can just have one of those games this time. Simon, man, thank you for tuning in to the nation, man. Absolutely not. You know, he says the team has always been talented. So I think he's talking about individual players, you know. That's where the choking aspect comes from, individual players. I'm not going to say that individual player's name. I don't want to have this turned into that session. Mr. Super Dave says 35-28. Dallas, I don't want to see the filthy score 28 points. I want to get these points low. Like my guy Townsend, 24-7. That seems about right. If we can stop them from running the ball, it's nothing to do with throwing the ball. Everybody think the Eagles fly. It's all about run, Eagles run. Those who really watched Eagles sports, those who are like the Eagles fans that's in this world, you guys know from last year they're third ranked overall in rushing. They run the rock, which open up the pass, and it is a college-style offense if you look at it collectively. 31-14, Zillionaire says this. Mel Hayes says 17-7. It can be one of those games, one of those grimish type of games. 27-13, Dallas for this is from Guitar Sling. Yeah, Zombie Killer. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Sarah Green, 37. Ooh, 37-7. Man, don't you know how that will make me feel? Don't you know how that will make me feel? 37-7. That's the type of game I want. I really want something like that. All right, Mark, he says 28-17. Put your score predictions down. 31-3, Joe. Joe knows, right? Joe, if that happened, oh my goodness. You guys probably have to check me into the same asylum or something, G. Potter over here on the Law Nation 2.0 said, what's up, South Arlington? Shout out to you, man. All day, every day. Yes, man, Dak is holding on to the ball too long. This is John 1. Let Dak hold on to the ball as long as we can hold on to these victories. If that's the thing, if that's how we win the game, Dak holding on to the ball, let that be. But I see what you're saying. He do have to get the ball out faster and quicker. And I must say that, I'm not trying to say that Dak Prescott is the best thing since sliced bread, since I always have to say this. Maxwell, 24-3. Yes, that would be nice, man. And if any of these score predictions land, man, I'm just going to be I'm going to go back to this stream, and we're going to pull your name up, and we're going to highlight you for a whole entire week. Ryan, what's up? 28-10, Cowboys, yes. Any Eagles love up in here? Anybody from the Eagles camp? State your name. Put your stuff out there if you're from the Eagles camp. Jazzy Jeff, 31-17, 21-17 from Jamal. Yes, guys. As we begin to exit, man, don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. I have a podcast too. It's called Law Nations, L-A-W Nation. You can look that up on iTunes, Spotify. What else I'm on? I'm on Pocket Cast. I'm everywhere, man. Even on Instapaper. You just look it up. You'll see my name there. And Instagram as well. I'm everywhere. Twitch, Twitter, MySpace, Black Planet. I'm everywhere, baby. Let's get this thing going one way or another. Don't forget, like I said, join the notification game. Sub up, subscribe up, tell a friend, a neighbor, or foe about Law Nation as we get this thing going one way or another. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. Let's jam on out, baby. Yeah. 48-0, Dre. That would be crazy, man. That would be crazy. Man, Dre, if that happened, man, you know what? I would have to put this on behind me, man. I would just be in flames over here. I had to put a hockey ski mask on, and we're just going to be just crazy, man. But it can happen one way or another. Let's get this thing going, baby. Yo. Let's jam on out, baby. Yes. This is the Law Nation Midday Report. Let's get this thing going. One way or another, hit that like button, subscribe. Yes. And remember, you're listening to nothing